The pineapple sage is going. The little butterflies. Hmm? I'm coming. Let's get after it. What are you gonna do today? What are we gonna do today, Annie? Annie Oakley. Loudmouth bullfrog. Good morning. You say hello? There's my belly. She is with child. These are my goats. Hey, Billie Jean. I got some forage coming for you. It wouldn't be foraging at urban farming without some goats and some forage, would it? Alright, let's talk about goats. I'm not an expert. I've had goats 3 years. Wow! Quit, Annie. She almost knocked my camera out my hand. That's why I got the strap around my neck. No! So, that's a Nigerian dwarf. Not very dwarfy if you ask me. And that's a Nigerian dwarf. That is Belle Star, and that is Billy the Kid. It's Billie Jean, too. We call him Billie Jean. And this is Annie Oakley. They are the Outlaws. And, we got him first because girl lost her dog in a kind of a terrible way, so she was depressed for a little while, and she was threatening me with getting a milk cow, which would be great if we didn't live in town, you know, and boy, feeding a cow. So I got to researching milk goats because, you know, Roots and Refuge, Jess, she milks her goats and makes cheeses. And we went fishing one day. On the way out, we saw this big old, well, not a big farm, but it's a nice farm, and they had a Holstein cows, and they had goats, and they had chickens and turkeys, and he was for sale, so we got him, and then we didn't know what we were doing. We did not have a house. We did not have a pen. All of these things had to accumulate in one day. And then he was sad and crying, and we learned that you cannot just have one goat, you have to have two. They get sad and lonely. So then we got her. And then, yeah, we just breed them, we milk them, we sell the babies to kind of pay for the food and so on. And look, and to me it's not any different than having just a German Shepherd in your backyard for fun. They are a treat, they're funny. This one's vocal. She's a Nubian, by the way. And she will be a better milker than the Nigerian dwarfs. So you need 3 things for goats, basically. You need a shelter, you need a space for them to run and frolic, and you need to feed them. And, what do we feed them, Lawrence Giuseppe?
All stock pellets.
We feed them all stock pellets. What's the ratio on it?
16% protein.
16% protein. Are you sure you're not talking about chickens?
No, they're about the same as chicken feed. I mean, it's really not a lot of difference.
And now, you can have goats running around your fields and your pastures, and they will eat grass. But typically what they want to eat is what he's eating right there. So, we pull weeds, we give them extra stuff out of the garden, and like right now he's cutting that finch row because it gets overgrown and bushy. Tries to take my son. So we go and cut that, or, you know, like when they got out of my pen, the thing they went for first was my apple tree and my rose bush. So that is what they prefer.
They're browsers.
They are browsers. And shelter. As you can see, we need to rebuild houses. He gets the least, like, his house has to be a certain way or he will tear it up, you know, Because if he's a billy goat. What they like to do is run around and ram things with their head. No, I'm not an expert. I'm just talking to you like a friend, and I'm just telling you the why. Why do we have goats? It's the milk, man. The milk is delicious. And it's just the cuteness. Look at him. Just look at him. And typically, we know what grows around here, so we know there's nothing in here that's terrible for them, But you'd need to know, kind of, if you were just going to let them run wild on your place, you'd need to know what grows there. Make sure there's nothing in there that's going to hurt them, and that information is online.
For the most part, if it's not good for them, they usually won't eat it.
Yeah, for the most part.
Marshmallow.
I really do think she's pregnant.
Really fat.
No. That's really about, tell them about the hooves and tell them how you do that. Show them how you would do it. With the straddle.
Trimming your nails.
Like trimming your nails. What kind of equipment would they use?
Just some heavy scissors will work. They're not going to stand for it unless I got them in the stanchion.
Okay, talk about your stanchion. Even though it looks the way it does.
That's her fault.
Yeah. So, you want to start before your goat gives birth. You want to put her up on a collar and a leash and...
The goats jump up here. I get them up here. They put their head right here. I have a feed box that I hang here. And I close that. And it's like a little head gate. And they will stand there and eat while I milk.
Yeah.
And I've got it up here so I don't have to squat down and do it.
So the foraging is, what you cut them, the browsing, that's what we do because they're in pens. If you had them running around, I could see, like, I would probably take my goats out for the day and have, like, maybe some of those Premier One electric knitted fences. And you just, like, set up a paddock in the forest, In the wintertime, when there's not a lot of green stuff, you can give them cedar, too. And they'll nibble on that for a little bit each day. It's I don't know if it's necessarily good for them, but it'll help warm them out a little bit, too. And that brings me to the parasite thing. We go ahead and give Ivomec if they need it. Our grandparents both used it, and that's what we do. But only if they need it, and that's it. That's how we keep them healthy. You usually don't need it, though, because of the forage. There are trace minerals in here and stuff that tend to keep them healthier. And also, we have wormwood. They can get a good handful of that every once in a while. We had a lot of rain this spring. And I noticed one day I come out here and he had goat lice. And that's a pretty good indicator that they've got a little parasite load going on. The stanchion comes in handy for stuff like that. If you are scared about trimming hooves, you could always have a farrier, or what a farrier, is that what they're called? To come out, or maybe a vet to do a house call. Or load the goat up in the trailer and take him to the vet. And that concludes my getting started on goats, because basically I am still getting started. Like this crazy girl, she's new. And I don't know much about Nubians, but I'll tell you what I do know about her. She's taller than all the others, and she kind of can climb fences. So, it's a learning curve. They'll teach you real quick how you need to take care of them. If you'll pay attention and listen. This is not hands off. You got to take care of them every day. She starts hauling about 6 o'clock in the morning, telling you it's food time. She was a bottle baby, by the way. If you're a first-time goat owner, I would steer clear of bottle babies because they tend to be special children. And that's all I'm going to say about that. This is the only bottle baby I've ever had. Lord help me, please. I pray that I never have to bottle feed another baby in my life, because I got her when she was 3 days old, and it was worse than a baby. And I'm still kind of traumatized. So, peace, guys. Try milk goat. It might be for you, you know. Oh, by the way, we don't pasteurize our milk. We strain it. It goes right in the fridge. So, oh, and the cheese. Girl has developed, she can make kind of a cream cheese out of it. And she can make a feta. Yummy, y'all. Peace, guys. The male goat, it'll make your female goat, it'll make the milk taste funny. And you know what? I'm a firm suspecter. If you buy that goat cheese from the store, that's why that stuff tastes weird. Because we've made goat cheese a lot and it's never tasted like that. Because if I thought goat cheese had to taste like that stuff, I would never eat that stuff. If you notice, I have 3 houses. Basically, and I have 3 different pens, okay? And there's a reason for that. You don't want to keep your Billy with your females all the time because he can be rough. And also, if your females are pregnant, having a buck with them can cause miscarriages, I've read. That's creepy. But like, yeah, that's why we keep him separate. It's not to be mean. He's an aggressive fella, and he is, you know, it's just like if you had a bull and a cow. You don't keep your bulls with your cows all the time. There's a time for that, and by the way, it's approaching for her. So there you go with why we have them set up with the way we do. It's what you're supposed to do. And the females, when you have one goat give birth, the other goat might attack the baby. I've never had it happen, but it can. So you want to be careful with that, and also, you know, the mother gets really defensive when the goat's just born. So she might get angry at her. You see what I'm saying? And in that midst, the kid might get messed up. So there's reasons why you do all these little things, and this ain't just the way I set it up. This is just what I saw as the best and the safest way. And mind you, all of our kids have survived. We never had any problems giving birth. And yeah, so I think we've done good. No major illnesses. He's pooping and peeing. You know, see why he's yellow on his beard? That's because he pees in his face because he thinks it makes him sexy for the ladies here. Little things like this you learn when you have a goat. Now she's peeing. You see? She's telling him, nope, I'm pregnant. Now, she'll be a year old in December, and that's when we're doing the deed for her. And that puts her giving birth in April. That's another thing you want to time your... It's best to have your kids birthed in the spring. They'll be stronger for it. And, of course, there's things for foraging and everything when they get their teeth. So, yeah. I think that about does it. Peace, guys.